Hey, what's up everybody? In this video I'm going to be talking about the first Passover in the Old Testament, how that relates to Jesus in the New Testament, and how I got a hold of this awesome new car! Your first time watching, I'm Josiah Douglas. I do biblical inspiration and motivation here on YouTube 5 days a week. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, go ahead and hit subscribe and we'll do this every day together. So first things first, you're probably thinking, Josiah, I thought you drove around in a junky little Subaru or maybe your family's minivan. Well, that's true. But this week, I dropped off my in-laws at the airport and they said we can drive their car while they're gone. I need to watch the road. Today I want to talk about the first Passover. It was the 10th plague that God did to the Egyptians before Pharaoh let the Israelites go. The plague was that God killed the firstborn male of everybody in Egypt. Not just the Egyptians, but all their cattle and animals and everything. God told the Israelites to take a lamb and sacrifice it and take some of its blood and wipe it over the doorposts of their house. And any house that has blood on the doorposts, God wouldn't go in and kill the firstborns in those houses. That's why they call it the Passover, because God passed over those houses and all of the Israelites made it through. After the Passover, God told the Israelites, every single firstborn male belongs to me. I spared all of the Israelites during this plague, and because of that, your lives belong to me. Every firstborn male of the people of Israel, every firstborn cattle or donkey or sheep, they all belong to God. God didn't tell them to sacrifice the firstborn male of the Israelites. He said, if the people, you need to redeem that person so that he can live. But all of the firstborn cattle, all of the firstborn sheep, they all needed to die as a sacrifice to God. What's really amazing is that all of this is pointing towards later on in the Old Testament that the Israelites need to sacrifice to God to pay for their sins, which all points to in the New Testament when Jesus comes, he's the sacrifice that's going to pay for the sins of the entire world. All the way back in Exodus, we see God already showing his son Jesus as the sacrifice who's going to pay for everybody's sin. Jesus is God's only son. He was the firstborn male that belonged to God that should have been redeemed. But instead of being redeemed, he was that sacrifice. He was sacrificed to God to pay for all of the sins of everyone. The Israelites, for you, for me, everyone. It's really amazing to see how all the way back in Exodus, the Bible is already talking about Jesus. They don't say the name Jesus. They don't call him Christ or Messiah all the way back then. But they're talking about Jesus all the way through the Bible. Jesus is found in every single book of the Bible. A lot of the Old Testament, it's metaphorically or prophecy about him. In the New Testament, he's actually there. It's amazing that parts of the Bible were written thousands and thousands of years before Jesus ever came to earth, but everything is still pointing to him. It's all about him. When you're reading the Bible, look out for little bits that are about Jesus. You'll find things that are about Jesus in the Old Testament. You'll find things about Jesus, obviously, in the New Testament. You'll find out that everything in the Bible, in one way or another, is talking about Jesus and how he's coming to save you and to save me from sin. So that's all I want to talk to you guys about. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of time to cruise around town in this swanky nice car. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment below. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe and hit the bell. That way you get notifications every day when I come out with a new video like this. Thanks guys, I'll see you tomorrow.